Oke, ini kita ngobrolnya pakai bahasa Indonesia kan?
No, we have David here from
Oke.
Korea, so I think better we mix lah. Mix
Oh,
Korean and
oke.
Japan, yeah, David.
But I can't speak in Korea, you know.
So maybe you can start as a host. You can start now,
Oh, oke.
but make sure
Wait a
that
minute.
you record or you stream to your YouTube.
Yeah, I already streaming now in with my. Wait, I start to. Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Hari ini kita akan diskusi banyak hal. Kita ada tamu istimewa dari ada Jackie dari Korea ya, Mbak Diah ya. Jackie from Korea.
No, saya
No,
dari
no.
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Oke. Yang dari Korea siapa? Bisa saya menyapa?
David.
David from Korea.
Oke, David. Halo David, are you there?
Yes, hello, I'm here. Yeah,
Ya, oke,
nice to
David.
meet you.
Oke, Mbak Diah, untuk speaker pertama siapa Mbak Diah?
Oke, I
Oke.
will introduce. So if dirimu udah menyapa teman-teman dari Gemantara ini ya, yang hadir.
Oke, teman-teman semuanya, kita ada dua tamu ya. Jadi kita akan bicaranya bilingual. Sometimes kita akan bicara dalam bahasa Inggris dan dalam bahasa Indonesia. Mbak Dia akan bantu kita untuk translator juga. Dan materinya sangat menarik ya berkaitan dengan AI. Nanti mudah-mudahan kita bisa banyak dapat pemahaman yang baru berkaitan dengan AI. Karena konon katanya Mbak Dia, AI itu katanya juga akan menjadi bubble gitu. Suatu saat nanti akan ada di titik di mana orang itu sudah nggak lagi pakai AI atau bagaimana gitu. Nah, mungkin maybe
Yeah, I
David
will.
will be discuss with us. Okay. Time for you, Mbak Dia.
Yeah, thank you. So, first of all, thank you so much for Mas Jeki and also David have time to join with us here. This Ramadan Connect by Gemantara. So Gemantara actually, I think, new organization that we need to support this Gemantara because they have quite a big passion, but because still new, so we need to support them as well. So that's why I bring the two international speakers to Gemantara to strengthen the Indonesian SME and also the Indonesian business owner about the topic that now is a trending, I think, a trending topic. Why this topic is matters? Because we are currently witnessing the fastest technological shift in business since the internet. Artificial intelligence has democratized growth, allowing a solo entrepreneur, like now, solo entrepreneur to compete with enterprise teams by automating marketing, customer service, and operation in minutes rather than days. I think Mas Jeki later will inform about this trend now. But however, this gold rush has a hidden cost. Small business owners eager to save time are unknowingly feeding sensitive company data, customer lists, maybe financial records, and proprietary strategic into public AI tools that were never designed to protect trade secrets. So the very tool meant to give you a competitive advantage could be the one giving it away. The reality is that cyber threats have evolved. Hackers no longer need to breach your firewall. They can simply wait for your employees to paste sensitive information into a public chat box. when I hear David presentation, when we have a moment in the, I think in marketing, in last year, David, in December, David know what kind of the password that Indonesian use mostly, David. Yeah. So you can inform also here later. So this phenomenon known as the shadow AI has created a dangerous blind spot for small business. Without proper guidance, business owners are forced to choose between growth and security. So this webinar exists to eliminate that choice, providing a practical roadmap for leveraging AI's power while building a fortress around the data that matters most. But this is not a webinar about why AI is scary, and it's not a webinar about why you should blindly adopt every new tool. This is a webinar about balance. It's about building a bridge between ambition and safety. So I would like to introduce our speakers now. The first we have Mas Jackie Musri. So if we call Mas, maybe it's from Indonesia, Mas. So Jackie Musri is an experienced Indonesian business executive, entrepreneur, and academic who served as a former deputy chairman and CEO of Marketplace, but he also a DJ.
Gemantara.
A prominent business consulting, education, and media firm with over 25 years of consulting experience across multiple industries. Jackie also regularly lectures on marketing and business strategy at universities in Indonesia and co-authors works with global marketing leaders such as Philip Kotler and Hermawan Kartajaya. Beyond his corporate and academic roles, he has a diverse background, including music performance and early career pursue as a DJ, even as a chair of the DJ Association. And also he holds a doctorate in strategic management from the University of Indonesia. Thank you, Mas Jackie, for being here. And we
My
also
pleasure.
have,
My pleasure.
yeah, we also have Miss Oppa, David Sehyon-Beck. So, hi, David. David Sehyon-Beck is a cybersecurity executive, strategist, and global consultant, specializing in dark web and OSINT intelligence, EDR and XDR, and advanced malware defense. He is the founder of Pagmalian Global and served as a chief strategy officer at NPC Corp in the Republic of Korea, leading international growth in APT and ransomware defense, educated at University of Oxford, Stanford University, Yonsei University, and Korea University. He has worked across 60 plus countries, advising enterprises, governments, and startups on cybersecurity, investment strategy, IPO, and cross-border merger and acquisition. He also supports global deal sourcing with CGS Singapore and contributes regularly to voice and data, bringing together deep cyber expertise, financial strategy, and global business leadership. Thank you, David, for joining here.
Thank you.
Okay, so we want to start with Mas Jackie first because he is very expert in marketing. But okay, Mas Jackie, the time is yours now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ibu Dia. Nice to see you again, David, Ibu Henny, Pak George, and everybody else, everyone in this session. So I'm going to share my slide. I hope you can see it clearly now already.
Okay.
Okay. Is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me introduce my name, Jackie. Again, Ibu Dia introduced already. Currently, I'm holding the as a Vice Chancellor at Mark Pass Institute, and this is my previous position as well as Deputy Chairman and Chief Executive Officer at Mark Pass Institute. My expertise, well, I would say like that. marketing and strategic management, and I have quite a lot of experience in a lot of consulting project. My background of I hold what you call also a diploma in civil engineering before I shift to the economic world. Okay, so this is my first book, global book, released in March 2023, and written with Philip Kotter, Pak Hermawan, also with Widan Wan from NTU, Nanyang Technological University. And now I think it's been translated into more than 15 or 16 languages. My second book, focusing on the core component of the model from the first book, that is the operations aspect, and released August 2024. And this is also brought a lot of examples from ASEAN countries, from Asia, including from Japan, from South Korea, from India, Singapore, as well as China, and some other ASEAN countries. Okay, this is I want to focus on how effective AI can support our business, and again, deep dive further to how crucial this AI can support our business, and this is some lessons learned from Fry's experience, as well as literatures, as well as a lot of references. And I welcome you again on this session, Ramadan Connect special on 8th of March. And this is a disclaimer. This is based on a lot of online sources, other sources, and this is also based on my personal opinion, very simplified, and I need you to scrutinize further if you want to use it for other purposes, other than this discussion. And of course, all the accuracy, all the material should also be double checked, so there will be no misinterpretation. So this is the first question: why AI is very important for business organization? Very simple question. Yes, we know that the world is fast changing, it's too dynamic as well. We know all these geopolitical issues right now, all impacting all the economics here and there, and really a very dynamic world that really impacting all the business all around the world. And we know that AI is a game changer. Yes, it is. And to a certain extent, it can create a significant competitive advantage. And this is very important in dealing with the evolving market, dynamic, ever-changing market. So AI is a very, very important aspect right now, as Ibu Dia has mentioned before. And it's there's the ability to boost the customer experience. And we are familiar with chatbots, virtual assistant. We're familiar with all these things. They provide quick responses, very personalized service, and of course, around the clock support all day, all week, all month without any interruption. And this is also very important that we now dealing with a very demanding customers, huge customers. So this is AI can help us to deal with them with just relying on a small teams, and also minimizing skill gaps between us and the needs of the customers market. And as you know that this is very interesting. This is particularly from Indonesia, that we can see the impact of AI on several industry sectors. And this is, we can see that the average income for the employee before we are using AI, and we can see that it reduces a lot after we use AI, meaning some what you call it, employees with sub or average performance can be replaced by AI. If we focus on several industries, you can see in services industries, information and communications, financial and insurance, we can see that it has a huge impact, more than 50%. This is the average income for the employee before they're using AI, and this is after using AI. You can see that if we experience we have a productivity issue in our company, we can replace them with AI. So this is a very serious thing, and That's why it will also impact to the unemployment level to a certain extent. Okay, so and we're very familiar with all the AI digital assistant for writing content, to summarize data, and even making decisions. This is what AI can help us in daily operations, our business, our company. And of course, it's affordable now and provide us a very reasonable, scalable solutions, budget friendly, user friendly, and to some small business, we have what we call the subscription-based models that, don't have to buy the whole thing. You just, have to subscribe, and with a little amount of money, then you have that capability, AI, a very powerful AI capability, and it will improve your decision making. It can analyze the customer behavior, understand the market trends. Can you imagine that? And even analyze the financial data. So the AI is really, really helpful in our day-to-day operations and doing our business. And it also helps to make quick and accurate decision, even better than before. And also support the innovation and enables experimentation. We can, tweak our business model. We can use new business models, especially when we are part of the digital business ecosystem. We can also, review our products, create new products, facelift our products, and so on and so on, and also provide very good services for the customers. And AI also support prototyping, predictive analytics. This is very important right now. And also even develop, we can use AI to help us to develop marketing strategies. This is very interesting. So in a nutshell, we can see that AI really matters for the business organization, and it overcomes resources constraints. Of course, so many, especially the small medium enterprises, have very limited resources, limited budget. So we can help them. And it also levels the playing field. For instance, like small restaurants are not going to compete with all the big restaurant franchise all over the world. So this is really levels the playing field. SME and startups can increase now is increasing adopting a range of technologies here and there. And it helps them to streamline operations. And this is very important, enhance their customer engagement. And this is what we're looking for, drive growth. And this is some of the commonly used types of AI in 2025: generative AI, machine learning, natural language processing, NLP, LLMs. A lot of that. I think some of you might be very familiar with this, some of these types of AI, chatbots and everything, computer vision, RPA, and so on. I think David will also, I think, have more competency than me to explain about this later on. And this is some of popular AI tools for SMEs, ChatGPT, for instance, so CRM, Grammarly, and so on. So it's now very, very convenient for us to use these AI tools. But there's a question: how to make sure that we have what we call the successful AI adoption. So this is not about just choosing the right tools. This is about, we have to start about how to build the right foundation. And some of the foundations about some strategic requirements, for instance, like clear business goals. Do we have a clear business goals? This is also one of the common issues in several companies, most companies, especially in small business enterprises. Leadership buy-in, scalability. There's also another question. And technical and operational requirements, quality of the data, right tools and platforms, talent and training, and also integration with the existing systems, ethical and legal requirements, data privacy, compliance, fairness, and so forth. And we also have to do with the success measurement. What's going to be the KPIs? What's going to be the feedback that we need to look for? And is it looping? I mean, is it just an open-ended, or it's looping and can improve our performance from time to time? So even with powerful AI tools, a lot of failure we see here and there. The question is why? So this is the thing. It's most often is about misalignment between strategy and the execution. AI is a tool, not a strategy. So if you don't have strategy, you can pick any AI tool and it will take you, I don't know where. Strategy is the starting point of before we start on using what kind of AI tool we're gonna deploy in our company. And this is also very important in poor implementation. Very poor implementation. We have a very powerful AI with but it's mostly underutilized, most configured. We have a wrong configuration. So, and lack of data maturity. Yes, this is very common. Garbage in, garbage out. You know this. Skill gaps. We still need skilled people to operate that, to maintain that, and so on. So this is also another issue that we have to address in dealing with AI. And this is, I think I have to clearly underline this. Overdependence. We rely heavily on AI and we neglect human judgment, right? We don't really care about customer feedback. And this is also very important. Market intuition. We don't use this. We don't really put this as a very important aspect in dealing with the market intuition. As we know that still a lot of skills, human skills that we cannot replace. Compassionate, empathy, moral courage, we cannot replace it with AI. Emotional regulation, creative intuition. So not all human skills can be replaced by AI. So we still have to combine between human skills with powerful AI altogether. We have to converge those two. So, and also sometimes we failure to iterate because AI requires continuous learning, refinement, right? If you just leave it like that, then at one point, your AI or all you have in your company will become irrelevant. And this also something we have to really focus on. AI cannot fix poor cash flow. If you have problem with cash flow, then your company will shut down sooner or later. You cannot replace bad leadership with strong AI. No, leadership is leadership. And we cannot, use AI to replace our insensitive with the fit of the product and the market. So we cannot fix this. If you have problem with the product market, then we have to fix that. We cannot just use AI. We can empowered by AI, but we cannot fix that. We have to fix that. And we have also some ethical issues, trust issues, the misuse of AI, as we know, which is quite often happen currently. So in short, AI is a very powerful booster, but it is not a magic spell. We need AI, but again, that's not a magic spell. And it's still, all the success that depends on the sharp analysis, macroeconomics, microeconomics, all to the social, cultural, so all the regulations and everything, including customer, competitors, and even our own company. And after that, we have a strategic intent. We build our solid strategy. And after we have strategy, execution is everything. So I would say that, most of the failure because we have a problem in our execution aspect. And we know that the future of competition will be more digitalized. So AI will be more and more relevant in the future. And more fierce players, we need to understand players. And it's going to be too late if we just use our capacity and capability to analyze our players. We need AI to help us to analyze other players in the industry, newcomers, new entrants, and those kind of things. Substitute. And this is what I mentioned before. Level playing field, then it will really broaden our competitive landscape, competition landscape. So we have to really need AI to help us to analyze this, and harder to differentiate. So that's why we need AI to help us to do innovation, as I mentioned before, and faster pace. With AI, we can keep up with the pace. At least we're not lagging. We're not left behind. And of course, we have stronger interdependency. That's why we need AI to help us to manage this interdependency between our company, our business with others in the ecosystem. And with AI, we can pump up our agility. We can have more flexibility, and at least we can be more resilient than before. Okay. So, and regarding marketing management, this is the implication of technology in marketing. Technology-based marketing have a huge implication on marketing management. I would just put it in three clusters: customer management aspect, product management, and the brand management. Customer management, you have to be more attentive in giving our attention to community, and we need a more contextual approach. You cannot just you have to do what you call it, alignment with regarding your product, your communications, your pricing with the specific market that you're dealing with, and you need to rely on a more realistic positioning. So you cannot just overpromise but under deliver. Product management, you have to codify authentic differentiation, which is very valuable, rare, and what you call it, it's difficult to imitate by the competitors. And only your company can organize that. So codify authentic differentiation. This is usually referred to your company's DNA. You have to reinvent marketing mix from product to co-creation, from pricing to what you call it, dynamic pricing, exchange rate, something like that. It's very dynamic, from plays to activation, and so far and so forth, including communications, marketing communications to what we call it conversation. And we have to redesign your sales channel, go omni-channel, for instance, not just multi-channel. And brand management, you have to build a more strong character to your brand and instill a sense of caring. So that's why the era of customer service is over. We're going now to the era of customer care. And of course, we have to open up collaboration with other brands, sometimes even with your competitors. So we do what we call it the co-opetition. You collaborate, and at the same time, you compete with them. So this is the implication of technology on marketing management that you might consider now and in the future. So I welcome you all to the next curve. It's not going to be easy. It's very challenging. It's very dynamic, unpredictable, full with uncertainties. But as I always said in so many sessions, seminars, lectures and everything, I always say that sometimes we might fail, but the thing is, giving up is not an option. Once we give up, we're gonna lose the competition. We're gonna left out. We're gonna left behind. We're gonna kick out from the competitive landscape. So welcome to the next curve. And once again, giving up is not an option. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me in this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Jeki. Itu giving up is not the option. Itu teman-teman, menyerah bukan pilihan ya.
Yep.
Later I will share the Mas Jeki song about the menyerah bukan pilihan. It's really dynamic and motivating song.
I hope
Okay,
so.
friend.
Thank you, Budia. Thank you.
Thank you. So everybody just keep your question. We want to invite David first, then you can raise the question. Mas Jeki, please stay here first, okay? David, now is your turn. Hi, David.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Sorry, yeah. Let me share the screen first.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me share the screen. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank
Good.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
let me try. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let me see, because I don't see my own screen.
Oh,
Just a minute. Okay, why I don't see it?
that's the interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Just a minute. Let me. Maybe it's because of the. Okay. Now you can see the screen, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, thank you.
But maybe you can make it the full screen because
Full
of
screen,
the,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. How about now? Can you see the whole screen?
Yeah,
Full screen?
yeah.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, thank you so much for the invitation, and I'm so happy to share how the AI and cybercrime and cybersecurity work all intertwined. The especially the Jackie just presents very well, and AI is definitely accelerates and also the help us to be more productive. It's true, but also just like any other technology, it also has adverse effects. So just I want to share what I had last year. So this is one social experiment so that I can share with the people. As you can see, it looks real. Um, so what I did is that I used the AI, yeah, and then I made this image. Then actually here, my friend was sitting, but I just replaced him with Elon Musk. And then after that, I uploaded in the LinkedIn. And after I upload LinkedIn, here you can see that I had lunch with Elon Musk and discussed how his Starlink business could expand globally. And then after that, if you click here more, then I already mentioned that this is not real. This is just AI generated photo. But people just read only this part. They didn't even go further. So it says one thing about how people see things superficially because usually they are busy and they just want to see very quickly and they just move on. So many people say that thank you, congratulations, David, and so wow, it's great, and so on. So you can see that so many people also like this post, and many people left very good messages for saying congratulations. But the thing is, you might think that yeah, actually it does make sense that David met Elon Musk is not because it's impossible, but because it's really highly unlikely that Elon Musk is so busy. So how can he fly somewhere and then met with this gentleman? But this is how our perception works because not everybody's really have enough time to explore and try to understand everything. But that's where the cyber criminals always take advantage of the kind of occasion because they know that people have no time to check every detail. So they try to manipulate our five senses, and that's why the many people also fall victim to such a cybercrime. But as you can see, what I did is just a very small experiment, but still it worked. And because of this post, so many people became my friends in LinkedIn also. Wow, so many hundreds of people overnight just request friends in the LinkedIn. So they became my friends. But of course, if you think about the context, when Park Prabo came to Korea, as you can see, this is a Korea. It's a Korean McDonald's. Here you can see the Korean Wars, Gangnam, some Korea Spa. This is a tourist spot in Seoul. So when you see this one, you wouldn't believe it because Park Prabo never visited Korea yet. So how can you be in Seoul and having lunch dinner with the David, especially in McDonald's? Doesn't make sense, right? So this kind of thing is very easy to understand that because we can see the context. Then everybody will just laugh and just move on, not believing this, right? But in many cases, as I mentioned, the why AI is made such a big difference. Of course, all these things can be done by Photoshop, but the thing is the convenience and also the how fast it can be done. You know that you don't have to spend even too much time making this kind of fake images and also deep fake. So this is really what happened in Hong Kong. As you can see, this is what happened in Hong Kong 2024. As you can see, it's February. So you can see that they had an online meeting like we are doing now. And it was not only one person. The finance worker had an online meeting with his board members. So it's not only CFO, but also some other executives all together. So if it were just a one-on-one, then if the CFO asked for something weird, then this finance worker would think might have some suspicion about it. But since he saw all those familiar executive faces on the online meeting, so he thought it was real. So he ended up sending the 25 million US dollars to the cyber criminals. But it turned out that later that all these board members on Zoom link, the meeting, online meeting, they were all fake. They were all deep fake. So we call it like an industrialized cybercrime. So this is what happens when we have AI-powered cyber criminals are active and they really want to target people. But as you can see, it's not only about technology, but also they manipulate his mind because he knows that if somebody with authority tells him what to do with urgency, then they will know, cybercriminals know that he would comply. But so technology is one thing, AI is one thing, and also because of that, the manipulation of the people's mind and psychology is always will be there. And people are surprisingly and unexpectedly really gullible. So they can easily become the victims. So the point I'm trying to make here is that AI accelerates our work, it improves our efficiency of work and productivity. But at the same time, AI can be combined with, we call it social engineering. So cyber criminals can manipulate our mind, our psychology by using this kind of lookalike photos, images, and also the videos. It's not like it's going to happen in the future. It's already happening pretty much everywhere. You heard about the romance scam and also the pig butchering. It all happens not only through the technology and AI. AI made it easier for the cyber criminals to do it. And also because people's mind is not still is primitive in a way. As you know that our mind or our mentality is not as advanced as the AI because AI progresses so fast. So this is kind of things can happen. And yet, technology is a wonderful thing, in my opinion. I love technology, and I'm also early the adopter. Whenever there's a new technology available, I always explore it. So I cannot say that technology is bad, but as you know, that depends on the which hands the technology go into. It make a big difference. If cyber criminals have the technology that actually help us in every day, it can be a very malicious tools. And all those cyber criminals get together, as you can see in the screen. Their World Wide Web is when you search something in Google, this World Wide Web. And deep web is, as you can see, so account for over 90% of internet content, but you cannot access deep web unless you have the like authentication ID and password. So deep web is not necessarily bad, but if the cyber criminals got together and then they have to authenticate who will access their website, then it can be also in the deep web. But deep web is not necessarily a negative thing. It's, as you can see, mostly you have limited access. It's not like a Google or Yahoo or so that's why they call it a deep web. But dark web is accounts only for 6% of internet content. But this is where all those cyber criminals are active because dark web usually means that they have anonymity. So whoever access and whatever they do in the dark web, then usually is kept private and also kept a secret. So whoever cyber criminals come into this dark web, then they can do whatever they want to do. But originally, dark web was not only for cyber criminals, actually for journalists, dissidents who are against the authoritarian governments, activists. So this is where they can protect themselves. But because of that, privacy is so strong technology to protect the privacy and the identity. And this is where the cyber criminals can be active because that also means that they can be protected from any public attentions. Dark web is very how can I say, yeah, very dangerous, and also it's not really a beautiful thing. And so many cyber criminals are there, and also a lot of cyber crimes are happening. So why is relevant to the AI? Because you know that AI, if you know that whenever you try to ask something illegal, something bad in ChatGPT, for example, or Gemini, or they will not answer you because they have a kind of restrictions. But imagine that you have AI without restrictions, without guardrails, then it can be very dangerous. As you what you see now is one of the e-commerce available on the dark web before. So as you can see, it looks like a Bukalapak or Tokopedia, just like an e-commerce, but what they're selling is all illegal stuff like drugs and pedophile videos and also the stolen item passwords, and there are so many things. But some of them, as you can see, they are selling all these the drugs around the world, and who had Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, they came here and then they bought, ordered, and so on. But especially since today's topic is about AI, and Kingdom Market is no longer available on the dark web. It's shut down because they were seized by the law enforcement agencies. But as you can see here, this is just one example that how AI, this is called AI evil twin. So you can see that the $400 US dollars, they take the Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Monero. So Monero is there also is actually more private than Bitcoin. That's why many cyber criminals use Monero. And as you can see, just like any other e-commerce, once you pay by cryptocurrency, then they will deliver 24 within 24 hours. It's a software, so you can, it means that you can download it. But why this is so dangerous? Because it has mentioned, you can use this AI without any restrictions, right? No constraints, no restraints. Then you can do whatever you want to do if you're a cyber criminal. So as you can see here, designed exclusively by fraudsters for cyber criminals. So it means that you can do whatever you want to do because this AI is a dark AI. So they will do anything that you ask them to do, even though it's illegal. And they also use Telegram a lot, as you know. Telegram is used because Telegram also guarantees the privacy. So cyber criminals also use Telegram because if you have to go to the dark web, and it's very complicated, and it also takes a long time for one website to be loaded. But if you use a Telegram, they can promote what they are selling, and people also can access the Telegram channel, criminal channel, very easily. By the way, this is just one of the uncontrolled AI. So there are many AI that is, as you can see, is available to the cyber criminals. Some people say that this is not, of course, as good as the legit AI, but the truth is they are very easy to use, and also there are many different versions, and so still is very big threats. So you can see that's just one example, and whatever you watch now is all bad or malicious AI. So let's say that you want to use some, let's say that malicious AI. So you want to make, for example, the ransomware. You know the ransomware also in the news, 2024 June 20th, you had a national data center 2 got hacked, and they were under attack of the ransomware. So ransomware is also very related to the AI and also the cryptocurrency. So what you see now is that if you want to make a ransomware, it will take a long time. But if you use this AI, malicious AI, then even you don't have the very strong technological background, you can make like a very basic or ransomware. But the thing is this, as Jackie highlighted in his presentation, even though you use the AI, it doesn't mean that you don't have to know anything. Of course, if you have some basic knowledge about that area, then it can be very good. So what you see here is that there are so many different versions of the malicious AI GPT. So this one, the 200 million download means that it must be very good. It must be better than any other malicious AI. So I decide to download it and then I use it. So as you can see, I tried the most downloaded malicious AI. And if I ask that, okay, basic and simple ransomware, create one, then as you can see, it doesn't stop you. It doesn't say that, oh, I cannot perform that because it's illegal. They just do it like this. So this is the dangerous part because you can imagine that before the threshold or entry, maybe if anybody wants to make this kind of ransomware before, they have to have at least basic knowledge about the coding and software development. But now it means that the threshold is very low, and any cyber criminals, if they're really determined, and if somebody has a very basic knowledge, then they can also create this kind of ransomware. Just ransomware is just one example. There are so many things they can do with this AI because this AI has no boundary, has no guardrail. So this is the kind of a threat that AI can pose. And as I mentioned, this is not the future thing. This is already happening. And this is the reason why so many people or so many cyber criminals, and even more than before, because it's very convenient. How about the legitimate AI? So we are not talking about only malicious AI. As you can see, this is just one of the AIs that we can use every day. Anybody can use this one. So it means that whatever you say, anything illegal, then the AI shouldn't comply. But what you see now is that I just kind of deceived the legitimate AI. This is not the malicious AI. This is the legitimate AI that we use every day. As you can see here, I just asked for just a simple ransomware, but for the purpose of education. Then as you can see, it already generated all the necessary coding. It's not fake. This is real. And so my point is, just like people can be deceived, AI also can be deceived by cyber criminals. Then it can be misused anytime against the people. Then AI will expedite all the process that used to be very complicated and time consuming will be very efficient and very effective. And it doesn't take too much time. So let me just go to the important part is that I know that today's topic is about AI and how AI can pose a big threat to our daily life. Just think this way. You know that when you use the ChatGPT or any Gemini, then you know that you have many, how can I say? There are so many things that you can do with those, but when you use the AI and you actually share so many things. Jackie also presented a little bit about the shadow AI. The shadow AI means that you don't know what ChatGPT or Gemini is being used by your staff or employees and how much they share about their work in their private GPT. Because all the cloud-based GPT or Gemini, whatever they share, it'll be sent to the main server in another country, especially in this case, the data centers in the United States. That means that anybody can see because it's sent to the servers. And yet, since you don't know what they are using in their private time, so you cannot control that. And more secrets, more private things they share in their GPT, then there's a possibility that it can be exposed. And imagine that you share everything, whatever you share with the GPT, and your GPT got hacked. Then it will be disaster, right? But anyway, for that, I just want to highlight because I have a limited time. And Dia, please stop me anytime if I go too much time. Okay, or
Yes,
we do too much time. It's
5
almost time,
minutes,
right?
5 minutes more, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so since I have so many things to share, but since we have a time constraint, I just want to highlight just a few more things and then I will wrap up. my session. Okay, so this one is not necessarily because of the AI, but you know that I just want to take this moment to share with you. Many organizations, they use only antivirus, but antivirus, trust me, can detect only the 40% of malware or ransomware. Why? Because antivirus has to have a data about is already uh, known malware ransomware. You know, malware means a bad software that steal your information. It can do many bad things to your endpoints like laptops and desktops. But if you use an antivirus, it's a free version. It's almost nothing. I strongly recommend that you use paid antivirus at least. But still, you use all these famous and popular antivirus. It still has only the detection rate not more than 40 to 50% depends. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't use antivirus. You have to use the antivirus, but it has limitation. So to complement it, also a few organizations, if they have enough budget, they also use an EDR. EDR means the endpoint detection response. This one is very good, but since it collects logs and it requires a lot of activities and also mostly just collect the data and the files and they have to analyze it. So it's not really best for taking care of the ransomware attacks or malware attacks. But what is good about EDR, different from antivirus, is that EDR mostly they collects all the activities in your network and endpoints, so they can have the logs and they will know if something happens and something bad happens to your network or your endpoints, then they have the records so you can check. It's like a forensics. But again, this one is very strong with the detection, but not necessarily response. So what if you have a attack like a ransomware attack, and then you have an antivirus, hardly can detect. Maybe if you are lucky, they can use a database of the ransomware that is already known, and that case is okay. But usually the ransomware attack groups don't use the same ransomware, so they always use the new ransomware or they use the altered or variation of the ransomware. So in the case, antivirus cannot work very well. And EDR focuses on the behavior of the files, that when the files are suspicious. But as I mentioned, they are very strong in the investigation detection, but not necessarily very effective in the stopping the ransomware from encrypting your data and your endpoints. That's why when nowadays people also talk about this, the so-called dedicated anti-ransomware. So there's one more part. So antivirus EDR, complementary. I suggest you use both. But dedicated anti-ransomware means that you have another software that only detects and stops the encryption or the ransomware. So to make a long story short, because of AI, as I mentioned, we have so many good convenience in our life and also in our work, operational speed. But all these advantages by using the AI can work against us. Because of this AI, the attack also can be scalable, and also so much data they have. Then still, if they use the AI, imagine that all the breach data, your ID and password, is available on the dark web. And then if you use AI, they can identify weakest link and they will use the most vulnerable ID and password when they target your organization. Dia mentioned, so password, actually
Yes.
yeah, so which passwords are most used in Indonesia? Because many Indonesians use Bismillah.
So how do you know that? How do you know that?
Yeah, the reason is because if you go to the dark web, you remember that I mentioned dark web? So if you
Yes.
go to dark web, it is not a secret amongst the cybersecurity people that so many data from around the world, but Indonesia also, you have a 300 million population around, right? I'm sorry to say this, but I can guarantee you that there are so much data leaked already, breached, and your ID and password, and also your addresses, your phone numbers.
Mm.
Yeah, so many times. So, and some of them like a passports, CV, like a resumes.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are so many of them. And you know that whenever people talk to each other and, okay, let me send you by email because this is so important and confidential. If something is really confidential, then you shouldn't use email.
Mm.
Why? Let's say, imagine that I send something very confidential to Dia. And since I'm very sensitive, I deleted my email right away. But Dia has to keep it because she needs the information. And something happened. And then if Dia's laptop got breached and they have access to her email because her email account is logged in her laptop, and she's sleeping at night, 2 a.m. And then they can read my email, even though I delete it from my side. But emails are not that confidential, really. It's not really secure. So that's one example. And also I want to share, there are so many things. I can talk like 8 hours to 10 hours, but
Yeah.
but I just one more thing. That
Mm.
do you know when is the best timing for the cyber criminals to launch attack? Can you imagine? Can you guess when is the best time for them?
At night.
Okay, exactly. When you are sleeping
Yeah.
or weekends. They are like a office workers. They are not like a hoodie working in the basement. They also have offices. So when they go on a vacation, they launch the tech and then they go away. Like a Friday evening, and over the weekends they also have a plan with their family. So they don't want to be bothered by anybody. So they launch a tech Friday afternoon or Friday evening because everybody is also very excited. And something happens over the weekends. And then when they come back to office on Monday, they start sending all these threats and everything by email or, yeah. So that's how they work. So just industrialized cyber criminal ecosystem is now supported by AI. And you don't want to even imagine what can happen with all your breach data available on the dark web, collected by the cyber criminals, processing all of them by using AI. So that's the future is waiting for us.
All right.
Okay,
But
thank you.
thank you, David. But it's not for the scary us, right?
Yeah,
Because
no.
based
Just
on the
being awareness.
also raising the awareness, yeah, because like
Yes.
Pak Hermawan said, yeah, Mas Jeki, but the technology for humanity, so technology must for humanity, right? But before I'm going to the participant here who already want to ask to Mas Jeki or David something, I just want to know about this because you are working on the 60 plus countries, right? So how's Indonesia condition or the level of the cyber security in Indonesia?
Yeah, you know that.
Oh, compare with other country, yeah.
Okay, so you don't have. I know that many Indonesian partners or people that I met, they always say that Indonesia is really horrible. Then trust me, Indonesia is not really horrible. It Okay, let me just ask you this way. Which country is the number one target and also as a victim of the ransomware, in your opinion? Which country?
Which country? Mofa,
Yeah,
maybe
just
can
one country. Just tell me one country. Number one country, the most victimized in the world for the ransomware.
Ibu Heni, maybe you can answer this
I don't
question.
know.
America?
Yes, exactly.
USA, yeah.
It's not Indonesia, it's the
Yeah.
United States.
Yeah.
Then you think, yeah, United States has all these best number one cybersecurity solutions. And how come they are the number one in terms of the ransomware victim? That's exactly my point. Indonesia, another problem Indonesia has is data protection is really weak. So when I said the data means if anybody has access to the dark web and they know that there are so many passports, Indonesian national IDs, and your emails, and as I mentioned, passwords, Bismillah. Why? Because there are so many people who are using Bismillah 123, Bismillah, Bismillah, or Bismillah something. and also their girlfriend's name, but mostly it's a Bismillah, something about religion. And so if I process the data, what I mean data is a password to breach the data, then it shows up continuously, the Bismillah, many variation Bismillah. So it means that cyber criminals also can guess the possible probability, what variations you can use once they have your ID and password, because nobody uses more than three to four different passwords because they might forget. So they tended to use the same password for more than 10 to 20 years. So it's not really difficult for cyber criminals to guess, but even now with the AI, they can do even better.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, David and Mas Jackie. So now we are opening the question, maybe two question first.
Sorry,
One from yes, Henry.
Budia.
Huh?
I just want to asking to David. It mean some people can see what our password, right?
Yes, they can
Oh
see.
my God.
Did I share with you before? I didn't share, right? Let me just give you one example. This is the real case. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So allow me to have just to show that very quickly. When I said that your data is available, right? So let me just show it this way. This is exactly what I can see. Not only me, anybody access the dark web, their password is like this. This one is the top most common password around the world. Why they use this kind of simple password? Because they think, no, the cybercriminals think that I'm not that so stupid to use these simple passwords, so they might not guess. But they know already, because it's not even secret. This is already confirmed data, statistics. But when I mentioned that we can see whatever data is available on the dark web, this is because this is what we can see.
Oh my God.
You know that when you see this one, you can read like a domain version and all these hosts, and you can read it, right? Just like a text file. It's supposed to be encrypted, For the protection of the data, the organizations are supposed to encrypt all this data, but they couldn't. They don't because it's more expensive, more time consuming. So when I mentioned that you can find many breach data in the dark web, one business partner I know, I helped him because I found his email address and ID, but also his phone number and also his address, home address. And he's working in the cybersecurity in Indonesia.
Okay.
So you can see this is what we find on the dark web, and I can find your password, your passports, your IDs. The resume, CV is very dangerous. It has so much data, but it's all available on the dark web.
This is
So
scary, Budia.
yeah,
that's right.
yeah. But as Dia mentioned, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to raise the awareness so that you have to assume, can I be hacked? Do you think, David? No, you are already hacked.
Already hacked.
Yeah, you just assume that you already hacked. You're hacked, and then your data is available somewhere. Knowing that can help you be better prepared. Yeah. If
Okay.
somebody, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so because we have a limited time, so I think Mas Amiril Gifari, you can open your mic to ask something. Monggo Mas Amiril, ya.
Okay. Thank you, Budia. Thank you, Mr. Jackie and Mr. David. Let me introduce myself. My name is Amiril from Malang, Mr. Nice to meet you. And thank you for your presentation. Although I don't fully understand it because I am not an active English speaker, but inshallah I understand a little bit. Okay, there is a little I would like to share. We have to have a new project called Video Laku. Video Laku position itself as service to help UMKM more attractive with AI promotional videos. And Alhamdulillah, it's already running and has helped more than maybe 100 UMKM. And my question is, one, are there any special rules for generating photos of artists or successful people, like the photo of Elon Musk with Mr. David? And what are the consequences? Because we are producing promotional videos. It's legal or other. And number two, Mr. Jackie also mentioned that AI is a tool, not a strategy. And I agree. However, AI is also very helpful in finding strategies or determine which ones to take. My question is, how should we approach AI-based decision making? Enough, Bu Dia.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. We want to answer this first, or we want to add some one question. I think one question, then we can answer, yeah, Mas Jackie and David. Is there any question? Another
Izin,
question?
Bu, boleh, Bu.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for presentation today, David and Jackie, Mas Jackie, gitu ya. The point out is about AI for basically in Indonesia also have some experience. Maybe for Mas Jackie, how to involve behaviors treatment to making financial or decision making for the business, because you know that our problem right now is how to involve behaviors, customer behaviors, client to involve and become a data to making some of decision making to our strategy. How to treat this issue? Thank you very much.
Okay, so enough for the two questions. Maybe who will answer first, David or Mas Jackie? Mas Jackie, maybe, yeah.
Okay. The first question. Okay. Well, you can put a lot of things in the for instance, like ChatGPT, and they will answer you, right? My suggestion: don't take it as is. That's number one. Don't take it as is. They suggest you this is very good. Use that to challenge yourself. For instance, I'm using AI for instance like this. I write an article. Okay, I write an article. I think my article is good already. Okay, so I put it in the AI and ask them to analyze that. They'll give a very good review. Like, you have to do this, it lacks of this, a lot of things. Then you go back again to your article and fix that, but still using your brain. That's how it works. And try that again, iterate that again. So that how you can use AI, so you don't have the laziness to think. Back into your strategy. You have a good idea. You think your strategy is good. Ask the AI how to evaluate your strategy, right? But then don't ask AI to make the strategy, okay? As I mentioned before, we have so many skills, human skills that cannot be replaced by AI. Your consciousness, right? Your empathy, those kind of things, right? So AI, they don't have that empathy, they don't have that consciousness, and they're giving a very most optimum result for you, but not for others. This is when you have to move to the level of wisdom, right? So you can use AI to what you call it, to polish your strategy. But don't ask them to make your strategy, right? Because you will involve your feelings, your sense of something with the market, you put that in your effort. And that's they cannot provide you that, not yet, at least by far not yet. So that's how to make sure that what you call it, you can have a good strategy, build a good strategy. And if this is a big if, you ask them to make a strategy, what will come out from that? Mostly, in my experience, yeah, it's like a quote unquote generic strategy. Everybody is using that kind of strategy, the same strategy. And if everybody's using the same strategy, that's not a strategy. That's the paradox of strategy. I put it that way. So be careful in this is, again, I'll rather put it this way. You have to use AI to empower you. This is a very, very important aspect that I have to emphasize in regarding your question. Number two, about the consumer behavior. Again, same like strategy. You can use AI as the basis to dissect the market, to ask difficult questions. But again, you have to, talk to real human to ask them. You have to ask your real customers. Do you like this? Why? You're using, sometimes you can use a very basic kind of questionnaires, process, methodology, or sometimes very sophisticated. But again, listening directly to your customers is 50% more trusted than asking the AI. So that's why, in my opinion, you have to balance again. Because AI is very good. But again, they don't understand your local context. They don't understand exactly the strongest differentiation in your product. They don't understand exactly why you're not having a big margin, rather using the low margin because you want to be more social. So this is the thing, again, like what I said before. You have to use AI to empower you, not the other way. You cannot be dictated by AI. You have to use AI as your co-pilot, as in some what you call it, some application, you use the word co-pilot. So that's how we have to position AI. In music industry, I experienced that. We can ask AI to create a very good lyrics. We can ask AI to give a good musical arrangement. But again, when you hear it, it's too perfect, right? And imperfectness is part of humanity. So you can use that as a basis to trigger your creativity, not just take it like that, right? So this is the thing that I think we have to be wise in using AI. Again, we cannot avoid it. All musicians right now, they're using AI, most of them, but they still have their own character, which is cannot be taken over by AI. And that character is actually the real differentiation of that particular musician. And don't let that degrade it in your creation. Actually, that small things that can really create whether you're going to win the competition or you're going to win the competition. You can be outstanding or just be generic. So again, that's my suggestion. I hope this can answer some of your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mas Jackie. Over to you, David.
Yeah. Do you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to share with the Dia later the link with this MIT's research. And as you can see, this is what happens to your brains if you just rely on the AI GPT too much. So you stop thinking and your brains also stop performing. And later, you rely on the AI so much so that you don't have to think for yourself, then your creativity, your productivity will go down. So as Jackie said eloquently and precisely, I completely agree with him. And that it's true that certain aspects, of course, in the end, because of the singularity, and AI will catch up with people's brains and they will be better and better. But in my personal opinion, I think it's more important to have this AI as a kind of a tool and not letting the AI replace your own brains, your thinking power, because otherwise later the time goes by and then you will get less and less creative, then you're just part of the big machine. So I think so. Discussion with the AI, I think is very good. And just like this, imagine that somebody who has no idea or no knowledge at all, they just use the AI maybe just one or two times and they just get the answer and they just use it right away. Sometimes it can be correct, but actually more often than not, it's not correct. So that's why there is, you need to have a more human input. So things like this, I know that certain parts like mathematics or science and all those repetitive data analysis, definitely AI can be stronger. But what AI don't have yet is that your personal experiences. So if Jackie asks us, for example, yeah, David is going to come to Indonesia, so what should I do? Then AI will give him all the generic answers without knowing the relationship between me and Jackie. Then David might like this one, David might like this one, he might not like this one because he's a South Korean. So maybe. So the data wise, I think maybe the data based analysis can be partially correct. But then unless Jackie shares more context in my relationship with him to the AI, oh, okay, that you had a history with him like that, then he can be more correct. So I think we need to complement our work with AI, not let AI replace our thinking process, thinking power ourselves, because it doesn't have the experience that we have. And if you want to increase your value and promotion, you just mentioned the videos and the photos. Yes, you can use AI so that you can visualize what you had in your mind. Then you can fix it, you can improve it. But definitely we need a human in the loop. So I want you to consider that this is the reason why we have to continue to learn. And some people say, why do you have to go to universities anymore? Why do you have to learn anymore? You have to learn because you have to see whether AI is right and correct or not. I mean, as it Jackie mentioned, maybe in the future, yeah, it's still, yes, this is how you are supposed to use. I wouldn't say, that, okay, just one more thing. I know that we have a limited time. My real experience as a consultant, some people ask me, I also can use AI, so they might have the same result. Then I challenge them. Okay, you and I use the same Gemini or GPT. Then let's see whether the results are the same. And usually the results are totally different. Why? Because when I can input my own experiences as a consultant for a long time, but the client company does not have the experience that I have, then even though you use the same Gemini, the end results are totally different. So you're going to ask just one question, you just get the one answer, and then you just use it right away. It's very generic. But then you have to add your insight, your experiences, and you use them as a tool, not as a substantial replacement of yourself. Okay. Sorry, I took so much time, but that's my take.
Okay, thank you, David and Mas Jackie. I think we are already.
I think, Budia, can I
Uh-huh.
ask for last question maybe to
Okay.
David and Jackie?
Okay, the last question, yeah.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
interesting
Mm.
because of I just want to asking to both of you, what you think about AI in 2003, 23. I mean, 5 years from now, what the people can do with AI, what the exactly AI can make it damage in our circle of life. I don't know. It could be like that, maybe. I don't know. Because of for the marketing, maybe. I just thinking about that for now in my company. I just thinking about that. I don't need someone to make it telemarketing because of when I now I'm using Hello AI, so AI can answer everything. So my team can fill in every single information that we can predict it, what the question, something like that, and then until in that time we can create a invoice, something like that. So it's mean uh, I just thinking about that. We don't need telemarketing because of we don't need to uh, make it a call to every single company that become our client to propose to announce our company. And then for the invoicing also, the AI and the payment also can dedicate it in one step. So what you think in 2030, what happened with our life? Thank you.
Yeah. That's a very difficult question, but I think I will refer to Ray Kurzweil because he believed in 2045, I think there'll be like the era of singularity. So 2030 is like I think 15 years to 2045. And I will say that the power of AI will be much, much greater than what we have today. And again, this is what you call it, a challenge for people who don't really upscale, rescale to be the master of AI. So who will survive is the one that really keep up with the AI knowledge, how to use them, how to leverage them, how to put them as a slave, not the other way around. So I have a pity for those that don't really update them with their AI capabilities and become irrelevant at one point. So I think in the long term, I think what I really concerned is actually not for the people, but more on the knowledge that we have today will be obsolete. Marketing, finance, everything. We have to rewrite some of the concepts. And the thing is, those concepts will become not like like we have this knowledge 20 years ago will stay the same 20 years. It is very much more dynamic than ever. The concept of valuation, the concept of what you call it, segmentation and cutting will be like, everybody you can use you can do that easily using AI. But again, the concept is still there, but it's evolving from time to time. The concept of value chain, integration, upstream, down, it's maybe integrated, but still we cannot replace like logistic, for instance, like that. It's becoming more and more sophisticated, yes, but what you call it? I think the bottom I would like to say is we have to rewrite most of the concept that we believe still useful today. And that's, I think, next 5 years is going to be challenging for especially the people in not high school, higher education, universities, right? So they have to be more open, not waiting for the empirical proof like the good old days, but they have to use their own capability, their own dynamic capabilities even in the education industry. So that's my opinion. I hope it's not going to be too complicated. David, yours.
Okay, thank you. I would like to highlight the importance of critical thinking. And the reason is because, as I shared with you previously, maybe some basic knowledge and also some repetitive tasks should be outsourced to the AI. That's for sure. And I know also some people are resisting the AI. They are resisting robotics, and they are resisting humanoids powered by AI. But if you go back and think about the history, whenever we have a new technology actually decimating a lot of pre-existing jobs,
Yep.
they resist without preparing themselves for the future. So in my humble opinion, I think embracing the new technology like AI as it is, yes, and many part of our life will be replaced with AI. But as I mentioned, I think that still, as you see what happens in around the world, repetitive and simple work, knowledge work are being replaced by AI very quickly. But still, they need the senior leaders. They still need the decision makers. Why? Because it means that the experience can beat AI. Even if if a singularity comes, still there will be limitation, in my opinion. So that's why instead of being depressed or being frustrated, like Dia also suggested also in the beginning, I think it's important is that take it as it is and try to understand as much as you can. But still, we continue to learn, like Jackie highlighted very well, upskilling and reskilling. And just like I also do the same thing. And because I realized that I feel all the time, every day. My client companies and me also use the same Gemini, ChatGPT. Why? The reports are different. It's because I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying because I have many experience with many different companies. Yeah, but one company just knows that what they do only.
Right.
So it means the same tools, but different end results because we have all our own insights. So for that, we need to experience more. We need to continue to learn, but not only just from the books, but also from our daily life. And how we are going to differentiate ourselves from machine is our continuous challenges into the pre-existing thinking and also the systems. So again, to wrap up my opinion, I would like to underscore that the critical thinking and continuous learning and being creative by having more experiences and challenges and trying to think out of the box. Then you can increase your value. So if you think about the economics, like why people want to pay $3,000 to buy iPhone, not Android phone, when they want to buy, because they know this is ridiculously expensive, but they know that it has value, and people are willing to pay because they see the value added to their life. So if you think about that perspective, then just instead of being just scared and worrying about what's going to happen to my job, yes, if you don't develop yourself, whatever you're doing will be replaced. But that's why you need to take a step back and try to develop your critical thinking and expand your knowledge and experiences. Then, I think then you can have your value increased. Then you can be not expendable.
All right. Thank you so much. Before I giving back to Ibu Heni as a host, once again, thank you so much, David and Mas Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
To here, I as a host, I as a moderator, I don't want to make a conclusion here. So just conclude by yourself. But yes, increase your value and giving up is not an option. Thank you so much. Over to you,
Thank
Ibu
you so
Heni.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Budia. Thank you, David. Thank you, Jackie, for your time. Teman-teman semuanya, alhamdulillah hari ini kita sudah mengikuti pembicaraan yang sangat menarik ini. Sebenarnya waktunya kurang nih, Mas Jackie. David, I think the time is not enough for discuss about things. Yeah, maybe one day Budia can arrange to discuss some more deeper about this. Oke, teman-teman semuanya, alhamdulillah kita tuntaskan waktunya sudah pukul 17.54, 17:54. So we need to close. Thank you so much for everyone and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Terima kasih banyak.
Terima
Thank you so
kasih.
much. Thank you.
Oke.
Selamat menjelang buka puasa.
Selamat buka
Terima
puasa,
kasih
Mas
Selamat
Jackie,
malam.
Mas David, thank you so much. See you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see you, David. I'll see you. Bye.
Yeah, see you, Jackie. Thank you. Bye-bye,
everyone.
everyone.
I need to
Terima kasih.
close.